This is the Stanley Cup playoffs on EA Sports. Son of Beast and Terry Crews here. This is the postseason of the NHL 25. Hello everybody, Ultra Beast is back and we are ready to get things on as we are heading into the Western Conference Finals in Game 5. This time I have another commentary that's joining us here. Not two, not Paintbrush, not anybody, but only one. And this time it's Greg. Thanks folks and ladies and gentlemen, as we are ready to get things on, to get things Game 5 started. The Oilers and the Stars are the only teams to make the matchup anything that's possible enough that they really are showing us some support. The last time we see is the Dallas Stars as they won their first game and they beat against the Edmonton Oilers. It was the craziest stuff that how this happened with the old Vegas bashes, and the full length of this game was not always the easy take, but they really do for it. And what we didn't notice about is this really took some hard timing to get right in toward to work. We never seen how this will change, but it's more likely how this will get. Sometimes you don't see any of it when you do on your own. The favorite of it is Oilers are one of the better teams. And there's not really much that's better than that, because we do see how this will really is going to make someone else that's harder pressure and it's going to make it all that worthful. Sometimes there's no easy to make that wrong or right decision. It's where it comes in. It's for a tie series for one of them. And we also want to congratulate to the Florida Panthers that win over against the Washington Capitals and advance themselves to the Stanley Cup Final. This is always going to be great, and I feel like Stanley Cup Final is going to be our next stop. After these two games is finished, I think there might be only one that might win it all. Now for my next commentary partners, I have it across is Tyler Beast. He's also along with the other. This time, it's not just one person, but there's multiple. Lightframe. And the third commentary to crew is Boomer. And in center rights joining us here will be Paintbrush. I'll be on the other side of it to show how this will get. Now, this is being said is the Dallas Stars and the Edmonton Oilers are ready to get things set. Who's going to win in Game 5? There's only one way to find out, as this will be in Game 5. WCF Western Conference Finals starts now. See you all later for the intermissions and post-game show. It's Game 5 here in Dallas. Hi everybody, I am Tyler Beast and I'm here with my broadcast partner along with Lightframe and Boomer. It's going to be another fantastic show, so see what we have. It's game time in Dallas, and you know you're ready for our puck drop. This is the Western Conference Finals on EA Sports, coming here in Dallas, Texas. As we start things here, we have Mateus Ekholm. We will find it over to find Connor McDavid, and it's rebounded by Jason Robertson. Robertson's right through the lane, he'll try to look over. Robertson looks it over across, and this one rolls back to McDavid. McDavid looks over again to Bouchard. He now finds Robertson the other way to get to Mateus Ekholm. A lot of resets here, and that's Skinner will try to reach that one out. And as Hintz takes over, he'll now have it the other way. Big save made by Skinner. And here's a shot. This takes it in with a block, and it's rebounded by the Stars. And here's a setup for Issa Lindell. He went down, and it's rebounded by Bouchard. And he now will roll it in to Arvidsson. Now this time, the Stars will have their chance over on defense as the Oilers are on their offense position, and now he gets to McDavid. He battle along the board, he'll have it again to Victor Arvidsson. He'll now find Mateus Ekholm again in Klingberg. Klingberg shoots one, this one is blocked off, and rebounded by Thomas Harley. Jason Robertson's right toward in the wing, he'll start it over for the Stars to go back in offense zone. Right toward middle, that is off the defender, and it goes right back to Mateus Ekholm. Looks like there is one change. Arvidsson and the teammates may be one way. That's Stuart Skinner, one of our greatest and our worst. I mean, I get we got liberated, and there might be one team that might want to show things off. I may not know how that will change in, but my friend, there's going to be a lot of great competitions in the range, so Game 5 is anybody. Here's Mason Marchman. He's right turning away. He gives it back to Shea. Shoots. Big save by Skinner. The rebound comes in for the Edmonton Oilers as Darnell Nurse is behind the net. Great save. A lot of pickoff plays. Maybe the determination to make it big for real. Here's Leon Draisaitl the other way for the Oilers. He'll have it over. The start in. Shot save up by Ottinger and rebound by Jeff Skinner. The last time we saw him, he has 3 goals in his playoff game as he scores 3 goals in game 4. A lot of great stuffs, and he makes a lot of hat tricks this point. He had a lot of crazy plays for Jeff Skinner to make some incredible rebound he's ever been taking. Yeah, it's been like the one takes for now. Jeff Skinner is really like the better performance effort. I love seeing things how he can definitely handle it off. But I think his next level might be the generation to start things off. You know what happens? It really makes us anybody that's far more than one. You know what they say now? We do believe that Short Skinner, Jay believes Jeff Skinner to make that possible. Big save by Ottinger. He'll hold things in with only 17-19 remaining in the first period. A lot of time left in the first. No score in the game. Now is the win for Bork. Off the wall. Here's a chance for Brown. Shot. Big save made by Jake Ottinger. Ben will have it again to Bork. And here's Dananov right toward Wayne. With the shot, it's saved by Skinner. And it's rebounded by the Edmonton Oilers. Pretty good save afterward. I mean, there's not really like what you need to do for the change. It really makes it how hard and difficulty that they've really been doing it for. I can't say now how this is going to feel. They really just got to make it stronger, faster. Now here's the set over to Brown. This one is back to Jamie Benn. He'll find it over to Dananov. On the Russian play, 2-on-2. Jamie Benn dances over to Bork. Bork with the chance shot. That one is tipped up and it's rebounded by Dananov. Now a big save here by Stuart Skinner. Rebounded by Pakolson. He'll have it again to Henry. Oilers are back in offense zone. Edmonton making their new changes here on offense. And Pakolson will try to make a rebound play in. Now it's back over to Sam Steele. He'll have it to Michelle this time. But get over, Pakolson shoots. Blocker save by Ottinger. His big breaks. This bad communication effort for the Stars is not turning to be the right play. This needs to make the change to do on their own. You don't want to make anything that's more aggressive than they need to do for it. They've got to find another way to try to make them stop for it. And Reed shoots. Big blocker save by Ottinger. And that is now over. Looking at Stanley, try to make the rebound. And here's over to Nurse. He'll have his chance over. Now finding Klingberg. Klingberg shoots. That's blocked and rebound by Pakolson. It's back over the other way. Tapping and shoots. Never saved by the goaltender. It's back over now to Dumba. Dumba now finds it over to Steele as he makes his way over now into the Edmonton territory. With the shot, misses wide. And it's rebounded by Kapanen. He'll make his way in by throwing his own. Will feed off. Kapanen will regroup. Trying to kick it over. Robertson with the rebound now has it over. The chance now to Wade Watson. Johnson is right to her in the lane to get the steal. Steele losing his effort. Nardale there scaps it back. Went for the white. No penalty on Dallas. Here's a shot save by Skinner. Great chance here in motion. And he really took it over. I wouldn't believe so. You may be thinking of how that would be a big trade-off. No stand do. Now it's a win for Rupins. Here's a set to Hayes in a shot. This one is covered up by Skinner. He'll hold it up here with only under 15 minutes remaining. We're going to pass a 5-minute mark in the first period. Now the win for Harley. He'll have it whipped out. And here's Robertson the other way. He's foul on the boards, trying to kick the puck out of his zone. And rebound by Rupins the other way. Oh, a chance for Robertson, trying to get to Harley, and a shot range is off the skater and rebound by Pence. Pence went down, rebound by Matthias Ekholm. Here's Jeff Skinner. He'll try to make his way across now. The give over to Bouchard shot. What a save by Ottinger. He'll hold it in with only 14-30. Now that's not going to make anything that's more possible enough. When you give this one a good look, this great offense made that one a hard key. Nothing is really up to anybody. Like, you have to change all of what you have to do for it. You make that clear, easy enough range. You don't want to make that one out of your line. You need to make sure you have that in a great range. and try to do for the better chance. This may not be anybody's game, but you just need to make sure you have it right away. Now here's the wing for Duchesne, shoots it, save made. Back over to Skinner, and he rolls him out of Mateus Ekholm. He'll try to get to McDavid, and he'll have it to Arvidsson. Arvidsson trying to work his way across. Give a chance to McDavid on a shot release, saved by Ottinger. Back the other way for the Stars as they continue up with another quick save release, and now they're ready to pick up for another puck drop. This really makes it easier range, and you don't see what gets in there. The timing is just unbettable, and you don't have anybody to go over with open up. You got to give that one another credit that you need to do for. Here the set to Duchesne, glove save by Skinner, and it's back to Emerson. Quick release, but afterward, that made it unbreakable. But Kulak the other way now finds it over to Brown, as Brown makes it over. Tries to watch him play. Tightness and bounding, and now rolls back over to Dallas Stars, and he rolls it in to Marchman. Marchman rolls it off to Duchesne. Duchesne shoots, save by Skinner. Kulak will now find Emerson. Give over to Brown, back again to Kulak, and you'll have to make his way across. Trying to make it way through, and now it's back the other way to Jason Robertson. Hits stick left here, and it's back over into Hens, the corner, went down. Now it's back over to Edmonton, and Brown will have a chance. No penalty given here by Dallas this time. Asai Emerson trying to make his way across. Behind the back, he'll have it again in Darnell Nurse, and he will have it through. A set pass over to Prairie, and that's now Skinner trying to roll in with a rebound. He'll try to work his way across, and it's back over to Draisaitl. This is no chance. Make play vicinity. I don't think they were really up for a challenge. This may have been not just a great way that they do for. This almost would be direct violation. That almost would have been unhelpful. I mean, there's not really much a change for it, but they really got to get that. We'll have to see the piece of it here if they're going to have to try to make a release hit. Here's Perry right to her in the wing, trying to get back over to Klingberg. Fires it. He missed wide, and it's rebounded by Perry. Man, there's a lot of missed jumps on opportunity. That's what happens with Edmonton Oilers. They're not shooting it correctly. Now they need to make new change to try to stop in place. Offside is the call for Edmonton as they will reset it in the neutral zone. Now as they'll be back into the Edmonton territory with only 12-17, no score remaining for Dallas or Edmonton. Klingberg will have his own change off, and he goes now right to her in the opposite ring. And it's Dumbo carrying it over. Hawk Colson watching on him as Dumbo, and we'll give it again and bang him on. Oh, a big hit, and it must have been making over to Henry. That's really what they were expecting it to do for. I think they need to be a playback afterward. So now Nurse will have it in with his own rebound. Nurse will try to give to Bouchard, and he'll have that change over. Back to Pakolzin, and he'll have a change up. Henry shoots, hit, save, and rebound by Henry. That's almost been impossible. That would have been an amazing change if he would. Hyman shots blocked by Dumbo. Rebound by Hyman is back to that column, and it's rebound by Bouchard. Bouchard will now have Henry chance. Hot save, he scores! Beauty play by Zach Hyman. He crease crashes right to the goaltender. He'll get his first game in with the goal. This time, it's for Zach Hyman as he has made his next play. Yeah, I think he knows it. That's his 13th. Now, you see the crasher that is right in the ring? That is right toward in there. That is a great set. This skill range might have had that one with a big chain. I've got a great feeling for this one here that Zach Hyman has made an increasement. This crashing bound, he was making it great. This increasement is going to make that zone danger to danger. It's like a danger zone where it goes in for the goaltender, and you're watching it from this range in. You have no idea. This play is going to make that one unbearable to try to make him stop. There's no play action if you're really going to get off to the next round. This playoff zone is not really what they changed. This has to be the right choice to kick back in there. They need to make sure they have that all in for anybody. Yeah, they definitely do. I mean, they really would have to do it on their own. Mateus Ekholm tried to battle for the respect, and he was whipped it up. Granlund did not want to get off to it. He felt like, he's like, stay away from me. Oh, that was just almost like how unwrote this is, doesn't it? It would have been fine, though, but
Edmonton goal. His first goal in the game. His 14th in the playoffs. Score by number 18, Zach Hyman. Assisted by number 19, Adam Henrique. And by number 2, Evan Bouchard. Time on a goal, 8 minutes, 34 seconds in the first period in conference finals. As Zach Hyman, his first goal in the game, 14th in the playoffs, assisted by Henrique and Bouchard. In the first period at 8 minutes, 44 seconds in the conference finals.
For our hockey team, for Texas hockey. Oh, that may have been the worst day in the world. Nobody would stand a chance. Nothing is going to make this one here. And no change. Nothing at all. Fight is down. Mason Marchman and Puck Colton.
Edmonton, number 92. 5 minutes
yeah, he's really like how pissed off he is. Now, makes someone else appear, and now after Amanda goes out, looks like this needs to be a backup goal. Yeah, I would expect if the Dallas Stars didn't really like this team, they would have previously right now, they would never chose anybody. You know, Adam Henrique, and you really like kept it up. You know, that's what happens with the big
penalty for both teams by Edmonton and Dallas. Number 92, Vasily Podkolzin, and number 27, Mason Marchman. For 5 minutes on the final. Time and penalty for both teams in the first period of conference finals, 10 minutes, 20 seconds. That's penalty on Dallas Stars and Edmonton Oilers, number 92, and number 27, Mason Marchman, and Vasily Podkolzin for 5-minute fighting. Time and penalty in the first period of the conference finals, 10 minutes, 20 seconds.
Not at all. No fans would love to see the Canadian team to make that happen. Now it's back to Kapanen the other way as he passed the midway mark in the first period. Major Knockets will now have it again at Kapanen. Kapanen releases on a big save by Ottinger. Robertson with the rebound, knocked into the wall, rebound by Hyman. A lot of chance in the play opportunity. This one has another big stop made by Ottinger. Oh, he would have to be out there quickly. That is just greatness. No speed can do. And it means that looks like Victor is the one they're trying to keep out. Full pressure comes out for the Edmonton Oilers as Johnson will have his own rebound play. Back to Nugent Hopkins, and then now the other way to Leon Draisaitl. Zach Hyman will have another chance in play. Rebound by Hyman, backhander, shots blocked by Lundell. Oscar Back will take his turn. He'll try to see what he can handle. He misses wide and rebounded by Zach Hyman. Evan Bouchard will come in for the rush. And it's Draisaitl. Backs it over to Corey Perry. Here's Leon Draisaitl. Shots blocked by Harley. Harley looks over to steal. And right to the middle, Bouchard got it back. Now Matthias Ekholm will have it to Perry. He'll give again to Jeff Skinner. Skinner couldn't get over this. It's back to Leon Draisaitl. Made a new line group change here. Back on ice is Zach Hyman. Hyman right to her in the wall. Leon Draisaitl with the rebound. Has it to Zach Hyman. Hyman's making a little change over here. Richard. Pass it to Arvidsson. Give it to Leon Draisaitl. Arvidsson. He'll try to make a move quick around again to Matthias Ekholm. Bouchard. Make the play to Arvidsson. Big shot. Saved by Ottinger. Hyman with the rebound. He kicks the pack over again on Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl looks to Bouchard. Now he will get to Arvidsson. A lot of great chance here for the Oilers. Big shot wide. And this one is another big save out of goaltender. Right to Matthias Ekholm. They have a lot to get through. That shot's blocked. Rebounded by Arvidsson. And it now rolls to Bouchard. Back to Matthias Ekholm. Fire releases another big stop out of play by the defender. And it rolls over to the Stars. Thomas Harley the other way to Evgeny Nemanov. That one chipped out. And rebound by the Arvidsson. And it's the other way for the Edmonton Oilers. Bouchard makes his way down. Open look to Brown. He denied it really quickly for Jake Ottinger. Big save on the play. You just have to believe on this one. Ottinger's been really like giving an energizer. This stop motion may not be the only play that you want to do. Hyman fires glove save by Ottinger. Will stop and play with only 7:04 remaining in the first period. Now a quick update here. I will send it over to Paintbrush about Victor Arvidsson and a teammate, Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid is one of our biggest stage that he's ever been doing it for. The big company one was a captain of the goal. He made over 1,000 goals in his big range. He may have not seen things when he plays it for his better team. The big performance is really what they all expected to do for. What Arvidsson made in the end with his better message, he makes it. This captain makes it all what I choose to do for. I make him work, I just do what he does, and he knows, he definitely touches me out there to big trade. He knows now, and he makes anything possible. It's a big one to help him out for the captain of Connor McDavid. I'll see about his run with this team. Back to you guys. Wade Johnson right to it over to Bichelle. Bichelle shoots. Oh, good save by Skinner. Yeah, Mateus Janmark can't get it over. Leon Bichelle. Right, Manning save made by Skinner. Stars under full pressure. Brown kicks him out. Dumba trying to regroup. Back to Hintz. Back in his zone. Nugent Hopkins, and it's back to Henry. Henry flips over to Kulak, and he'll now find Janmark. Big kick here, low movement here, and it's now Matthew Dumba the other way. Henry trying to push it inbounding to Mateus Janmark. Janmark will try to weave it around a little bit, and he now has to be getting Nugent Hopkins. Finding Mateus Janmark, and now finds Nugent Hopkins. Looks over to Draisaitl. He'll have a big chain over to Janmark, and over right now in the middle is carried over. Now Hintz will have it. Big kick here. Here's Robertson. Trying to make him go to work. And it's back to Perry. With that being said, looks like that Connor McDavid may not be seeing things if he can definitely return. I got a bad feeling with this one. I think Connor McDavid, he might have just felt like he was uncertainly how he was able to get him doing it. I felt like, why is this not happening? Maybe that McDavid was looking at it, and this player had a little hard feeling to like get right over it. I think number 45 is going to have to be in the locker room. Game bang D2. We're going to have to see about this. I think this might be a causing problem that could get over into a little worseness. We don't want to see how that gets. McDavid cutting bounding, save made by Ottinger. Jeff Skinner trying to get over to Ben. The deep pass to Danino. Good poke check by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Connor McDavid's back in, and now you'll have it rolling over it again to Zach Hyman. Here's Bork Q. Bork right toward it away again to Thomas Harley. The other way for the Stars. Trying to make him stop for it. There's a big shoot, save play, and stop by Skinner as you'll cover it in with only 4:25 remaining in the first. And now we'll send the other way to the Dallas Stars of Jake Ottinger. Ottinger is one of big save energizer ability. He's really been playing for the most of his career, and he was really able to make it a higher Frenchman. The better franchise goaltender, he's really making it on next level to make his career go to a higher strength. It's been a big night here to see how he handles, but there's more job to be done. I'll find about Jake Ottinger with the wildest save of his stamina. Back to you guys. Just under 5 minutes remaining in the first period. 87-84. That must have mean the Dallas Stars had a lot of passing effectiveness here, and it's down Steele right to Smith. Battling for the loose puck, and rebound by Bach. He will have it to Stankovic. Stankovic watching in closely. Big shot slipped up by Skinner. Under 4 minutes remaining. Still a lot of time left to remain in this period. 1-0 score, Edmonton. Now the win for the Stars. Here's a shot blocked by the defenders of the Oilers team, and it's Bouchard the other way. You can't make a mistake afterwards. You just need to make that one confidently to choose on your own. This is not what they really have to do for it. They just need a quick motion. Now it's back the other way to Shane. And he'll try to make him work. Ekholm gets it back, and it's now back over to Bouchard. Bouchard. Oh, he knocked it over. Big rebound by Jeff Skinner. I don't see any penalty afterward. I thought there's a cross-checking, or it may have been a hooking. They gotta watch out with that. Here's an over to Skinner the other way, and it's back over to Klingberg. One time Mateus Ekholm's shot's blocked. Rebound by Draisaitl. He may have knocked him down. That may have been a harder team. That may have been like, we don't care. And here's Cece. Big smackdown here. Battling for the loose puck. And it's back over to Buckholzen as he's out of the box. And now this will go back the other way for the Stars. Here's Root Pence. He'll now have it again to CC. Back to Skinner the other way. And it spills over to Zach Hyman. Hyman will have it to Connor McDavid. McDavid with the shot, saved by Ottinger. Stops in play with under 2:35 remaining in the first period. Dallas need to find a way to get a goal back. 23/19 is a shot in the game. It's been a pretty rough in this game, but they've still got to find the right way to go back. Now Matt Dumbo will find Johnson. Johnson feed the zone to Robertson. And here's Skinks right toward the other way. Looks for open range. Big rebound play over the net. What a close call for the Stars to get a tie game. Oh, he would almost have that. That was unbelievable. You didn't see that? I don't think that wasn't a really choice. Zach Hyman the other way. He'll have it fire around the net. Back to Victor Arvidsson. He'll have the play again to Nurse. And here's Henrique. Henrique will give to Nurse. Klingberg shot, big play save. Big stop by Ottinger. He'll stop in most of them under 2 minutes remaining in the first. Lots of time remaining to be in this period. They still have to make a way to make a tying game for the Stars. Now Bork wins the face-off. Danonov will have that spinning play to get to Bork. Right toward the wall into the Stars bench. Nugent Hopkins will now have it now to Henrique. Henrique to Yamar. Yamar will fire that one out of the net. And now rolls over to Bork. Bork looks to Ben. Ben makes his way across it in the zone. It's back to Kulak, again to Nugent Hopkins. Looks off to Yamar. Yamar gets him away. Big shot. Huge save by Ottinger. Back to Danonov the other way. Here, this wasn't really what they're all calling it for. Here he comes. Big spots. Gonna stop here to make a good clear. Draisaitl wipes him down, rebounded by Danonov. Shot save made. Trying to put a rebound in there. He holds it up. Stuart Skinner trying to work his way to end the first period. A big sudden death in a danger zone.
Hey, I would have seen like this would almost be like how impossible that is. They wouldn't stand a choice. This needed to be the right.
1 minute left in the first period.
Just down to under a minute remaining in the first period as the puck rounds all the way back. Icing on Edmonton. Now the puck drop is set, 88 and 83 between the both of the teams. Now they're ready for our puck drop. Blocked the shot by Draisaitl. He just crouches down. He wants that time to be done. Oh, big releasement. I mean, that's going to hurt. Make it feel like uncertainty that was almost going to make that one enough. Now as McDavid's ready to make the face-off against Steele, and he will win the face-off on a draw. Back to Arvidsson the other way with 40 seconds remaining in the first period. And now rebound by Zach Hyman. They're now trying to make a pass to Nurse to Klingberg. Klingberg looks at McDavid. McDavid works his way, and it's right over the sling back behind Klingberg. Klingberg looks over to McDavid. McDavid fires it, and it's off of Bach and rebound by Arvidsson. Rolls to Nurse, trying to get to McDavid. McDavid to Arvidsson, shoot, scores! What a play! That makes it for Connor McDavid with his first assist, and Arvidsson with 14. Now that's a great pass play. When there's no room to find an open look, you just give to Arvidsson there right away. And this jump shot just makes a good clear. Look at how McDavid's watching. His tape-to-tape feed is really making it look good. And then this time zone gives to Arvidsson. That's right in there. When you see this pass play, you have to make that one work. That's great change for Connor McDavid before the end of the first period. So Steele wins the faceoff. He'll have it over down the box, and he'll have that clear to zone out. McDavid will have it to Nurse, and he'll try to have it back to Connor McDavid. McDavid to find them Hyman, and they'll have it again. Carlson. There will be a penalty. That's going to be an interference.
Dallas number 23, 2 minutes for interference.
Was a disaster start for the Stars to end in the first period. Look how much room this is. That's not when you're doing this on that defensive work play. Now that's Issa Lundell. He makes it uneasy. That's going to be 4 seconds for the interference as the power play will continue for the Oilers once they start with 4 seconds, and they will stop in play with only 1:56 for the Edmonton power play. That is unacceptable. But the shot lays, let's block the shot, and that will end the first period.
And that's the end of the first period. Your Dallas Stars, 0. And the Edmonton Oilers, 2 in the first intermission.
For the second period. Hey everybody, welcome to the first intermission of the Western Conference in game number 5 of the NHL 25. As we have a great range to start things in, we have a good look at the balance of range between the Edmonton and the Stars as the Oilers have started off with a 2-0 lead over the Stars. This big game 5 really has a lot of great influential to make the feeling on the drop that this makes a hard one stop. Here's our statistics after the first period. 27/23 total shots on goal for Edmonton. It was 33/30 for the hits here for the Dallas Stars. It was 449/127 for the time on attack on Edmonton. 88/83 for Dallas Stars. They made it an absolute to get it off. 16/6 face-off wins for Dallas Stars. 7-minute penalty kill over 5 for Dallas as they already started up with the 5-minute penalty kill. And then it was an interference, and this will resume the play for Edmonton on the power play with only 4 seconds. And now let's have to take here and see what gets in there. We have a lot of great potential to give over it by, to give right from here. I will send it over to you, Craig, of how Edmonton started off. Well, you see what Edmonton really made him do, and this one is a pass-off perfectionist. You really don't see anything where it does come back, and that's range in this goal really what started off. You know, that's why Connor McDavid is bringing a great chain in to get that good start. This unfair officials made it really unfair. The relief men, they don't seem to care for afterward, and this one really made that one with the biggest hit, big smackdown, and number 45 is in the medical room. I don't know who it was going to be, but it may have been just how bad it was going to get. So that could be Brett Kulak, or it could have been on Jonathan Klingberg, or even, of course, nobody would understand with Ty Emerson. Well, I'm not sure if that would be Ty Emerson, and I feel like this would almost be like absolutely unnecessary to give that one off to a right start. I don't think that may not be a right choice, so they just gotta see what they can do for it. The big chain is nothing special. All right, how about you there, Ultra Beast, for the Dallas Stars, if you have any takes? Well, so far I have no other takes in this one. You know, I've got a great line range, and there is no hard feeling. And it's to make things here, it is how undeniable this is. And for somehow, the big reason is, and as for Connor Brown and their teammate, they really have made a great block. Dallas Stars had to say for the goaltenders, Jake Ottinger is really like the great take. I had no efficiency of how that was going to change. This really made that one surprisingly, and the big stop down is really just what they don't seem to do for. And that really must have had that knockout piece here, and they just didn't see how this gets. First, they knocked down on Ty Emerson, and he was really hurt. That made that one really bad, and that makes him send it into the medical room. He looks like he may not be able to come back afterwards, so that's a big shocking moment for his team, and he really would be hurt. That almost made it unfair to the referees and to the officials. And now what you take here for the second period, if you have any takes of who's going to make the lead. I'm going to say Edmonton is going to keep the lead with a 3-1 over the Dallas Stars. That might be my take here, and that's going to take it off. How about you, Greg? What is your take here? Well, I think there must be a saying for this one. I think Dallas may have a tying game in this range, so I think it could be a 2-2 to even up. So I think there's going to be only one or only for two. Let's hope there is. Well, there's a lot of plays afterwards. There's plenty of things to do for. It's anybody's game in the first period, but the second period is going to be the next for now. All right, let's head on back down to the studio as we have is Tyler Beats along with the other commentators and Paintcrest in the center ice. We'll see you all later for the second intermission. Now let's get back into the action. everybody is ready to get started for our second period back here for another. Alright, now let's go back over to Tyler Peace for the start of the second period as the power play continues in for the Edmonton Oilers. Tyler, over to you. Thanks, folks. We're glad we're having us back here, and it's our big, amazing ones to start in for the Edmonton Oilers as they already had their first 2 goals in from each team. First, it was Zach Hyman, and then it was Victor Arvidsson. Let's see what they have here in the second period. Alright, I know we've been looking for you guys, so let's have your thoughts of how this happened for the Edmonton Oilers on the first period weekend. Well, this period went uncertainly, and they were really been staggering. That's really like the big mess up in their chain. We don't seem like it did too for us. And they've really been waiting.
Edmonton goal, his 14th goal in the playoffs, first goal in the game, scored by number 33, Victor Arvidsson. Assisted by number 97, Connor McDavid. And by number 25, Darnell Nurse. Time of the goal, 19 minutes, 42 seconds in the first period. That's Victor Arvidsson, his first goal in the game, 14th in the playoffs. Assisted by McDavid and Nurse. In the first period, at 19 minutes, 42 seconds in the conference finals.
Just kind of slow down and make sure they gotta fix it. Otherwise, they're going to be left out on alone for the Oilers, and they really are going to be banged up really hard. So as the Stars wins the faceoff, he'll have it the other way, finding the steal. Oh, he knocked him down. Darnell Nurse made this one a little unclear to go right away. Hey, excuse me, don't give me that look if you're looking at off to an open look. No room, no time. Connor Brown back over to Matthias Ekholm. He'll now have the Darnell Nurse as they're in the Stars territory. Swip and a miss. Try to stop on a stagger. Made a slip on a down this move. And now it's back to Matthias Ekholm. He'll roll into Brown. There with only 17 seconds remaining. Here's Brown. Backhander save by Ottinger. You'll cover it up and then get ready for an puck try. Arvidsson and the team have been waiting patiently that long to try to keep that one out. They're bailing it from storm and storm. I don't know what's going on. It seemed like that this might have been just not the best play that they really wanted to keep it in. They really have been like all over this for the same time. They didn't think that this would be choice. Oh, he scores! Zach Hyman! 2 goals in a game. He gets a power play goal. Well, what did he say now? Hey, to go in? Yes, it did. That's his 14th in the playoffs. Well, that was a big mistake afterward, and they were expecting now that he now has 2 goals in the game, 1 more to get a hat trick. Well, that's a big mistake afterward. I mean, that really has almost been exaggerating for some reason. Well, now they know to beat the power play. Somebody cheated to play it in for a defender, and they did not play it so well. Maybe there's no change that they would have to do for it. And you saw that how Connor McDavid was reacting. He felt like that was it. That was in there. I mean, that was the last touch. I mean, that was a mistake. So, oh well. You don't want
Edmonton goal, his second goal in the game, his 14th in the playoffs, score unassisted on the power play. Number 18, Zach Hyman. Top of the goal, 1 minute 50 seconds in the second period of the conference finals. That's Zach Hyman scoring a power play goal, his 14th and his second in the game, unassisted by the team. In the second period at 1 minute and 50 seconds in the conference finals.
He'll fire this one in and hold it up with only 17:24 remaining in the second period. Runs a hit here for Jamie Benn. He had a lot of first skip to try to make that attacker a great rush defender. He really is. I mean, honestly, he would never really wanted to try to treat them fairly. All he would say now is that we really are going to be hustling in. Quicker moment. The big speed, and here's Arvidsson now finding again. Hawkins shot. That one is off and blocked away again. Now finding the Johnson. He'll have the deep pass to Hintz. And here come the Stars the other way. It's back to CC, and he'll roll it in. Robertson on the watch. Robertson looks over to Hintz. Hintz. Good takeaway here by Kulak, and he'll have it to Kapanen. Kapanen on his way down, now finding to Henry. Right to Bakosin. Save by Ottinger. Right over to the line, and he will hold this play in to settle down on ice. With only 16:41 remaining in the second period.
Now the win for the Stars. He'll back to Lundell. He will give it to Mason Marchman. Hart, Darnell Nurse. Pass now to Perry. Perry trying to go right over to Skinner, and he'll now have to pass to Draisaitl. Draisaitl kicks right over, right to the wall, and it's back to Nurse. Nurse looks to Perry. Here's Klingberg. Oh, he ringed the goalpost. Skinner. And he will get tripping, and there will be a delayed penalty. That will be Jeff Skinner in the penalty box.
Number 53 on Edmonton, 2 minutes for tripping.
That's where it starts going back to. Jeff Skinner was able to try to go right over from Lisa Lindell, and now he moved out and trip. That's a penalty kill for the Edmonton Oilers, presented by the TXU Energy. Here Dallas Stars are on the power play! Power play will begin for the Stars, and they're only 16-13, 3-0. Power plays really make me a
Penalty on Edmonton Oilers, number 53 for a 2-minute tripping. Calvin Pellet in the second period of the conference final, 16 minutes, 15 seconds. That's a penalty on the Edmonton Oilers, number 53, Jeff Skinner, for a 2-minute tripping. Calvin Pellet in the second period of conference final, 16 minutes, 15 seconds.
Deep the sauce pass to Robertson. Here's Bork, back to Hintz. Stars control their beating line. Right to the middle, poked it away by Skinner. Never see this play action before, even from during the power play reduction. Right turns out, oh, Darnell Nurse! He knocked the goalpost and he was right over it, out of the way to try to stop on goaltender. Did you just see that? I just did not expect. That's Ottinger. He really had a lot of saves afterward. My goodness. I wouldn't see anything like this afterward, but you don't feel like you wouldn't be playing this afterward. You really are running through your whole lifetime. Well, I would say see you later. I mean, I don't know if it would happen, but hey, don't judge that. Now the Stars wins another faceoff, another power play, stopped by Stuart Skinner. Then right behind the net, knocked him over right toward the range, and rebound by Brown. Henry will clear that zone back into Stars territory as the goaltender will now dish off to Johnston. 45 seconds remaining for the Stars power play, and Marchman the other way. Here's Mason Marchman, back to Mateus Saccone, now find to Brown the other way. Brown reaches inside of the cross, zone to zone, glove save by Ottinger. Just 30 seconds left in the Stars power play, 14:43 as we pass a 15-minute mark in the second period. Now the win, and this will be correct Kulak, he will win that faceoff zone. Klingberg, he missed wide as he went down. Yeah, that defender was really like blocking him. I mean, that's a big trouble with this one. Nobody's going to stand a chance afterwards. Perry, with a shot, and it's off of Ottinger, rebound by Klingberg. Man, they're really in trouble this time. Ottinger, man, what a save on that play. Fans are apparently in the loud seats in the house. So the Stars unfortunately have their power play advantage, and they come up to an empty failure with an 0-1 range. Jeff Skinner was really surprised afterwards as they were making the change up. He was keep doing it, keep passing this play. That Jeff Skinner was really going to be trying to keeping an eye on the work. No effort could be done. He would be like, well, I think that would be a great chance to keep that short-handed goal. I give appreciation to that. As he stays out of the zone, this will be another puck job coming up for the Stars and the Oilers. Now here's somebody on the way with under 14 minutes. He now finds to Robertson. Makes it up. Jeff Skinner to Darlington Nugent Hopkins. You'll have this range over. Kulak back to Nugent Hopkins. Big hit here. And rebound by Henry. Rushes right toward the zone. Gives the play right toward the zone and inbounding if he has his own rebound. And it's back over again to Bouchard. They wanted to let him go for this time. Now it's back to Ekholm. Ekholm, he messed up. Wiped him down here on a defender, and now it's back the other way. McDavid's back on the ice. And now here's Johnson. Lost a lot of stamina this time here, and Robertson will have it right away. In towards zone, finding Bichelle. Bichelle shoots save made by Stuart Skinner. Connor McDavid making his way through. Sprinting the speed right toward the zone. From corner, Arvidsson saved by Ottinger. Ottinger back into Michelle, and as the play keeps going, under 13 minutes, here's Robertson, finding the Stankovic. Bouchard will have it now over to Robertson. Robertson gives a look to Hyman. Hyman. He right to McDavid. Over in the under range as it's knocked off a stick by the goaltender. Pushed him out of his zone. It's back to Klingberg. Klingberg looks to Nurse. Nurse looks to Hyman. You'll have it to McDavid again. Gets knocked down by a defender. Over against Hyman. Oh, stop made by Ottinger. Matthew Jumbo against steal. 12:21 remaining in the second period as Draisaitl grab his own rebound. Give it go to Klingberg. Save by Ottinger on a glove saving snatch. He'll stop in motion with only 12:15 remaining. Ah, that is incredible. That is a wonderful save. No guarantee to make that proven. Pistols are ready to get the puck drop and set. 3-0 the score, Edmonton. Dallas Stars looking to get a goal for the first one. Nurse has a chance and finds the Klingberg. Klingberg finding Darnell Nurse and he goes to Draisaitl. Draisaitl, a big blocker save made by Ottinger. Now it's Nurse. And you'll have to wait to clear that zone out. Klingberg against Bach. Rebound in zone is Cece. That one swings and misses, and Klingberg gives a drawback to get to Skinner. Skinner waits it around. Now this time to Nugent Hopkins. You'll reset the group into Jeff Skinner. And you'll find the Kulak. Getting off, dish that zone out. Here's Skinner. Gives to Nugent Hopkins. Now finding a Draisaitl. Draisaitl goes right to Skinner. Skinner shoots, save. Another stop by Ottinger. He really made a little dish off and creased it. Those playback hitters are really not really what they meant to do. This really is not mentioning this before. They won't see it. You won't believe that Ottinger would make that one with a better save in this play. Lots of time left in this playing period. It is still a 3-0 game. Stars looking for a goal. And a win for March as their team. This goes back to Ben. Ben on a rush. Right to board. Shot save by Skinner. And Ben with the rebound, blocked it up. Skinner will cover it up with 11 minutes remaining in the second period. He had a lot of concentration on this one. And there's no hard feelings to make that quick. Possible is enough now. I mean, it's just really what you need to be expecting to play for. You have to play harder to make it in. Hey, so he's over now. There's the goal. But it's wonderful after this one bumper. This is really happening. So so after the goal, this is a decent rebound. With the goal area. That's where the second goal comes in. For this playoff game, really have to. That's the goal of the week. You want to make sure you have that right to the rush. You have to shade, you have to score assists again.
Bing
now
bang.
Here's the win here. This time it's Harley. As now they're on the board. It is a 3-1 game. Edmonton. Well, they just had it all. I mean, they wait patiently, and this has been like a dagger for some reasons. I mean, now you know. It's more the fact to make the key work. Right to Henry. By defenders, Miguel Granlund trying to watch on again. Henry trying to stay out of the zone. Got a call for help. Marchman the other way. Poked it. And it's back to Pakolzin. Right to Bouchard. Bouchard. Back to Hyman. Hyman looks at McDavid. McDavid. Works his way across. Oh, he went right over to Miguel Granlund this time.
By number 23.
Granlund's got a back.
Asa Lindell.
Trying to make him stop down. And Arvidson's got it back from the piece of it. Here comes Connor McDavid, and this one will roll around.
Time and goal, 9 minutes, 2 seconds
Nobody
in the second period of conference finals. That's Asa Lindell, his second in the playoffs for school game. Assisted by Matthew Shane in the second period, 9 minutes and 2 seconds in the conference finals.
Here's the chance now where Nugent Hopkins. He spins the cross for the other way. And back in the center is Miguel Granlund. Here's Duchesne's shot saved by Stuart Skinner. And Kulak with the rebounding. Just past the midway mark in the second period as Nugent Hopkins tries to work his way across. Really need a lot of big group out there, don't they? Yeah, they do. They have to do it. Now to McDavid. Been taken over by Johnston. Here's another big chance here to Robertson. You'll now have it to Matthew Dumba. Dumba, right third zone, blocked it up, and rebounded by Johnson. Here's Dry, trying a shot for it, and it's Dry's style. Scene goes up with another save by Skinner. Now Jeff Skinner will have his momentum. Knocked him right to the wall. Rebound by the Stars. There's no uppergating key in this range. There's a big defenders. There's a lot of angerness on the physical attack. This really is going to make them pay for it, what they did. What I mean aggress, they just have to aggressive this to drive. This motion is not the big stuff that you played for. You have to do this for real. They've really got to make that one hard to change. But you got to make sure to get it all. They really have to shoot on their own, make it favor on their own. This attack motion is going to make it harder key to anybody. Now to win here as the board 2. Big knockdown, Yarmark shot. That save made by Ottinger. Rebound by Brown as he has it to Yarmark finding the Nurse. Nurse will now try to get to Klingberg. Klingberg. That pass is broken up. Brown with the rebound again to Klingberg. Klingberg. And he won't get it over this time with his Ekholm. Shoots close. Save by Ottinger. He'll stop and play with 8:14 left. 3-1 score, Edmonton. And I do have an update with you as I will now send it over to Paintbrush of what happened with Ty Emberson. But here's what he has. Paintbrush, what do you got? Thanks, guys. I was looking over right into the medical room. He had a lot of people responsible after this attack motion from Ty Emberson. He had made it unfair to play back into his range. His own range is not playing a perfectionary, and he's been under controlling from this attack motion. And what happened with Mason Marchman, he made it unfair. There's no playing out for his place to give it to a finishing halt to go down onto the floor, onto the ice. It really makes a big hurt and a big change, but it seemed like it's been a loss for him since we'll see him back in game number 6. There's a lot of great feelings afterwards, but we'll have to find out if anything has changed. Well, it's been a little bit of a better appreciation to you guys. We'll hope that Ty Emberson back in ready. Guys, thank you so much. And with all this appreciation, we wish for a speedy recovery. And with all the better happening with Ty Emberson, we'll be back for game 6. It's been possible enough. I mean, I have to say for this range, this could be a lot of degradation, and the big issue is really giving a hardness on easy attacking drives, and there's not much you can do about it. This is the conception that they really kept on to play after and to challenge this motion. There's no drive that you really have to go on. This is where it keeps in. It's a lot of big motion in the league. Clock goes and back to Ekholm shot. Off it goes in a blocker by Ottinger. Rebound by Bouchard. Clock goes and shoots. Miss wide. Harley now has it over again. Back to Bork. Bork has to get a stake of it. He'll have it over in the zone. Finding Bach. Bach's shot. Stopped by Draisaitl. Edmonton Oilers rolling into the Stars territory. Draisaitl. A dish over to Darnell Nelson, a shot. That's blocked. Rebound by Perry. Perry looks to Klingberg. Klingberg goes down. Rebound by the team. Draisaitl. Back to Klingberg. Klingberg looks over to Skinner. Skinner drops it. Big stop by Ottinger. 6:21 remaining in the second period. It's a both road. You can kick off for an up-road puck drop. Draisaitl wins another face-off. He'll have it again to Darnell Nurse. Knocked him back. Right back to the blue line, and Klingberg again Perry. Man, that was what I just really had to say about this. I mean, this is really what they all need to know about this. They really have to push him back farther on the goals. Yeah, it's just definitely out. They were really unexpectedly. No pencil. Not a tough nut. Arvidsson. Pass to Klingberg, and the other way. He'll try to go back to Nurse. Another huge shift for the Stars, and this one rolls up to Nurse again to Arvidsson. Arvidsson regroups again to Klingberg. Klingberg collects to Hyman. Hyman went down. Leon Draisaitl with the rebound. Out for the loose puck. Giving no quarters here as Arvidsson trying to goes in for his own rebound. And Johnson. The pass to Robertson. He'll try to go right into the zone, and that was saved by Skinner. Brett Kulak trying to roll it in to close the gap. McDavid right over into the wing. He now looks to Nugent Hopkins. He'll have the reset to McDavid. McDavid looks to Brown. And it's back to McDavid. McDavid trying to watch it in. Johnston got a piece of it. Brown stops at one. Rolls back around the zone. Brown will give a little reset here. And it's now the Oilers have a changeover to Henrique. Henrique. Spin and motion control. Right to Ekholm. Right to Ekholm. Trying to go right to Henrique. That's another hit for the Stars. Ekholm, stick lifted. Henrique trying to watch in from a close battling range. Big saucer pass to Brown. Brown inside. And Smith takes over. Miguel Granlund out the other way to make some Marchman. And here's CC. Henrique takes off. Now it's the other way. He'll have the big chain off. Right around the net. Yarmark. Back to Smith. He'll have it over for the Stars. He'll have another chance play to get a close game in. Down to 4 minutes remaining in the second period. A lot of hit again. And it's now Adam Henrique. He was knocked down to give it over again for another payback increasements. Smith. Got one Skinner. Now it's Smith again to Bork. Bork looks to Daninoff in the other way. Daninoff try to work it off. The big set play, Salins. This big stop. Ben. Right outside. Big stop, Ocean. Another blocker up by a defensive detour. And they'll give a clear out zone to Hyman. Here's a big cut motion play. Trying to get to Jeff Skinner with his goal to make a releasement by Hyman. Klingberg. Lucy Effort. Leon Draisaitl back again to Jamie Benn. Here's Steele. Steele right toward the wing. Bang down right for the blue line. Kapanen. Nobody to give open to. Then Skinner will cover it in with only 3:08 remaining in the second period.
Man, they've always been tired out. I mean, I just really have to say that this will be no Gibson at all. Nothing to give.
Now the win for Steele. Big blocker save made by Skinner. And it's now rolls to Draisaitl. Draisaitl trying to use his stamina to burn her effort. That's never stopped by Ottinger. Nurse. Klingberg. Draisaitl. Back over to Nurse. Nurse talks his way in to Klingberg. One-time Draisaitl shot. That's blocked and rebounded by the Stars. Steele will now send it over to Escobar. The big motion to Steele. It's big save by Skinner. 2:47 remaining in the second period. They'll be ready to have another puck drop coming up. McDavid wins the face-off. And as Ryan Nugent Hopkins will now have another change-off. He'll now send it to Kulak. And he's down to Arvidsson. Arvidsson will now send it over to Hyman. Hyman shot, another block save and a play on Ottinger. Jason Robertson for the Stars. He'll now find Dumba. He looks up. Hyman's got a piece of it. And here's another chance in motion. Now Nugent Hopkins will have it again to Kulak. Kulak will now find his way in for the zone. Kulak. Back on the wing, trying to go over to McDavid. McDavid. Trying to work it around. Trying to roll it into the middle. Big shot, he scores! Connor McDavid, the captain. He get his first goal in Game 5. You never miss on Connor McDavid. That really made a good look. Yeah, the fans really not liking it, but look how McDavid has been doing it for. Vince better defenseman. He's unstoppable for this range. Nobody is skating away from this, but he wants to get his defender. He's got a big block cover, and he really had it all. That's a great help here for Zach Hyman. He has to find someone else to give that one a good look. So Connor McDavid has 14th in the playoffs and his first goal in the game.
You would never believe how that one would change afterward, and that would have been just how the predictable comes in for Ultra Beast. He would have chosen to make it for 3-for-1 in the pregame and for intermissions. It just didn't work out. He was really
Edmonton goal, his first goal in the game, 14th in the playoffs, scored by number 97, Gunnar McDavid.
Yeah, it's
Assisted by number 27, Brett Kulak. And by number 93, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Time to goal, 18 minutes, 8 seconds in the second period of the conference finals. It's Connor McDavid, his 14th in the playoffs, first goal of the game, assisted by Brett Kulak and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins in the second period at 18 minutes, 8 seconds in the conference finals.
Duchesne works his way in. Michelle shoot ball saved by Skinner. Mitchell will stop it with only 109 remaining in the second period. Nearing down the end of the second period, it's 4-1 Dallas. Dallas trail by 3. Now here's the win. Big stop play here by Skinner. And this one's Yalmar to kick the puck over. Now again to Henry. Final minute of the second period. This one
1 minute left in the second period.
On Edmonton. Rebound by Brown the other way. He'll have the chance to Ekholm, but he'll now have it to Arvidsson. Arvidsson gets bumped over. Here's Jamie Benn. Arvidsson watching on him. Watches him play motion. Another stop by Stuart Skinner. It's back to Matthias Ekholm. He'll now roll the range in. Matthias Ekholm finding it to Arvidsson, and he'll now swing to McDavid. McDavid can't get it over this time. McDavid lost his handling, and it's now Ekholm trying to roll back in. In towards zone, trying to roll it out. Bork, pass to Ben. Ben's on his way down, now finding to Danonov. Danonov, big swing off to Dumba, shoots, saved by Skinner. McDavid on a rush. He's right on his way. Pass down the wheels, 2-on-1 to Arvidsson, saved by Ottinger. Great chance here for McDavid. This would have been a one time to finish it up. He would have did no blank at the range. I mean, that would have been just like that. Close step in the range if he would do it for her again. I think McDavid would have set for 2 with the step of Hyman. Klingberg finding the nurse. And he's rolled over, and that will end the second period. 4-1's the score.
And that's the end of the period. Your Dallas Stars won, and the Edmonton Oilers score for the second intermission.
He does when the third period begins after the intermission. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with you shortly. Hey everybody, I'm Craig. Welcome back as we're ready to get started our second intermission here for the NHL 25 and the Western Conference Finals on EA Sports. Here's how they did after the game, as this one turned to be a 4-1 for the extension over Dallas. We have this 55-41 for the goal shots on goal for Edmonton. And it was 72-63 for the hits for Dallas Stars, and it was 940-233 Edmonton. And it's just 87-82 for Dallas Stars on the passing effectiveness. 29-16 face-off wins for Dallas Stars with both teams on a 7-minute penalty kill. There was only one power play goal made with 153 and no power play goals for the Dallas Stars. These teams are definitely weakening and strengthening, and they've really been knocked out for some reasons. After Ty Emberson has been in the medical room, there was no change to make that fair simple. And you get it out there, and you really have to see how they can definitely do this to believe this, to make this one work. No change would ever do to help it out. All right there, Ultra Beast, I'll have it over to you and see what your take is for Edmonton Oilers. Well, they've been slow on the start of the second period, and I wasn't really sure how that would change in. But they found themselves by Connor McDavid, and he is really up and fighting. I mean, I had no question on that, and I really would have seen this on his power offensive drive. That really makes it easy enough to try to go forward and back. I mean, I have no confidence at all. This no big tip range has never been easy like this, as they have really been staggered out. That's been under carrying for to go right in. Edmonton has been staggering it out. They really want to do this on the roads. And how about you, dude? Right for Dallas Stars. Well, I couldn't say now this would have been a contact to make it clear, and with that, they would have been defenseless. And there's no use of the skill if you're really up to a challenging mark, if you're doing some big pushovers, and there are no penalties to give here for the cross-checking or interference. I mean, there's only one happening here in the first period, but it seemed like that there's not really much they were really rigging it up for. They really have to keep doing what they're doing. No change would ever do to keep on playing out. And now let's see what happens with the second period, third period, and who do you think will win in game number 5? Well, I'm going to say the Edmonton Oilers might be the bigger win, so I think it's a big chance here for Connor McDavid, and they will have to go back to Edmonton for game number 6. I think this could be a good day for the Edmonton Oilers as they might want to head to the finals. And how about you, Ultra Beast? Do you think you would agree with that, Pete?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I've got a great feeling on this rate. I mean, I like to see how the Edmonton Oilers would do on their own.
All right. Well, we wish you best of luck, and all we would do every day.
Definitely true enough.
All right, let's get back into the game, and the third period's about to start. Tyler Beast is all yours. We'll see you all later for the post-game show. This is it. Final period in Game 5 in Dallas, Texas. We are back, everybody, as we're ready to get started for our third period, and it has been a hardest matchup between the USA versus the Canadian team in the Western Conference Finals. Alright, a big take here for you all, and see what you guys have to say about this in the second period. Starting with you, one of our mates, what do you think? Not at all.
Well, I would say about that, mate, I don't think that they didn't really think it would improve it. Dallas Stars have been really giving it all that they did. And they would never see how they were doing it for. They've really been staggered out for some reasons. I won't say that this really wasn't the hardest choose that they would have to keep playing it for some real hardness on their own. The life of this game may be just unbelievable, but they may not be editable. They can try to keep that all in.
Number 53 on Dallas, 2 minutes for slashing.
They're playing all their approach to finishing up for the Stars. Great.
Well, this is the slashing. They may have to start this in the third period. Power play set for the Dallas Stars as they're in the penalty box. And that's how Edmonton will have their power play. This advantage is not turning to be great.
Dallas penalty number 53, 2 minutes for slashing. Time penalty in the third period of conference finals, 19 minutes, 16 seconds. That's penalty on Dallas Stars number 53, White Johnston, for 2 minutes slashing. Time penalty in the third period of conference finals, 19 minutes, 16 seconds for the Edmonton power play.
The right leg without anybody getting back at you. Lots of time left to be played in this period. 4-1's the score. Edmonton, they're looking to break the tie series in the game, and then have the backup in the lead in Game 5.
Yeah, I believe so. I think that's my prediction to see the Oilers and the Panthers. But if they're the Stars making it come back in for the Game 6, then this could be some death in Game 7. I mean, there's no other opportunity for them making this win. With Ruben Lazar, there's not really much to make the team after it work.
And here's Fox. Shot saved by Skinner. And it's rolls to Nurse. Right over, now finding again to Arvidsson. Now finding to Darnell Nurse. Nurse. Crosses his zone. Stops in play motion. Tack now finding Mateus Ekholm. Ekholm now finding Darnell Nurse. And that pass broke it up. Bach with the rebound. And back the other way. He'll clear that zone out of here. Just about 45 seconds for the Edmonton power play. And now he will roll it again to McDavid. McDavid cruises right toward in the Stars territory. Shooting for two, saved by Ottinger, and Draisaitl with a rebound. You'll try to watch out with that big offside plays here as the puck escapes the zone. Evan Bouchard races across and trying to slam it out. Hyman trying to roll it in to Harley. Harley now finds it to steal. Rebound on McDavid. McDavid now finding a Hyman. Here's Hyman. Rolls his own. Save play by Ottinger. And back to Dumba. That one was incredible. No stopping. Can't make this happen, Shane. The stamina speed. Power play's over. Rebounded by the Stars. And it's now Bouchard after a save made by Skinner.
That is a big range. That is wild to say that you really have to do for him. You have to play for real. And that really would have almost been taped out of the zone. No cap, nothing. Can't do it.
Lots of time left to be played in this period. It is a 4-1 game, Edmonton. Really what they would battle that along to do it for. I mean, Edmonton's been a better team. I mean, no stopping in this slay motion. This makes it on lateness to try to keep things up. No notch, can't do the trick here if there would be a defender that's right onto a slash and make them hurt. Arvidsson losing that one, rebound to McDavid. He'll now send it to Hyman. Oh, he could have taken 3 games in a goal. Now Johnson will have the other way. Shot saved by Skinner. Skinner will stop it in with only 16:35 remaining in the third period. Here's Lundell with a shot, and it's blocked up, and it's now Pakolzin the other way. Set the Kulog, and pass to Kapanen. Kapanen rolls it back, finding Ryan Nugent Hopkins. Here's Robertson. Stops in zone right toward the bench. Robertson to find a hint, and just reached in by Henrique with a rebounding puck steal. Goes right around the net to Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins try to battle in for the loose puck. Nugent Hopkins try to watch it out. Here's Danonov. And Danonov try to work it off down to Burke. Burke finding Robertson. Robertson, pass to Danonov, shot. Big take, he scores! Maverick Burke has this big rebound in. And now we will have it that heavy in a close game in it. Look, you don't see the believe it. This is what happens with Burke. You know this rebound has? That's open. Open feed is the right range when you have this zone in. This straight to the rebound is going to get it off. And then for Skinner, he's not even sure where to go now. So at least the numbers over the All-Stars, they're working it up.
Yes, 9 in the playoffs. How would you say about the big rebound in the playoffs?
Bing,
Do you think
bang.
that would count?
Yeah, I would say if this would be a banger to go with the biggest rebound. I don't get to see how this would have changed anything go for it. Jeff Skinner on the rush. Stop by Ottinger. What a save. And he pulled a one-on-one attack between the skater and the goaltender.
Oh man, that would be like almost like abruptly, and Jeff Skinner would have been out of breath this time. You just feel like, okay, you got this there, Ottinger. You don't lose yourself, I mean, thank goodness. I mean, I have a lot of great range in this one, so it's gonna like get it over now.
Jenny Danonov shot another Stuart Skinner save, and it's rebound by Leon Draisaitl, and it's Matthias Ekholm. Ekholm stick handling in his own zone, right into the Stars territory. Big knockdown here. Bren finding the Granlund. Big save by Skinner. Just about 15 minutes remaining in the third period, and they're both ready for another puck drop. Lots of timing to play in the third period. They are down by 2, Dallas. Henrique with a rebounding win and a puck drop. Duchesne trying to work it off. Klingberg finds Henrique.
Dallas
Henrique
Let's go!
loses motion on a defender from Duchesne.
Ninth goal in the playoffs. First goal
The
of the
rebound
game.
by
Scored
Klingberg.
by number 22.
And now finds the umpire.
Maverick.
Puck sweeps his own.
Board.
It's rebounded by Darnell Nurse.
Oh, assisted by number 63. And Cheney.
Henrique sets the
Down.
Brown. And Brown will now have
And
the
number
Now a shot try to go in
Jason
direction. And now Marshall
Robertson.
against this rebound.
Time to go. 4 minutes, 14 seconds in the third period of conference finals. That's Matt Report, his ninth in the playoffs, first goal of the game, assisted by Jenny Danonov and Jason Robertson. In the third period at 4 minutes, 13 seconds in the conference finals. Number 64 on Dallas, 2 minutes for slashing.
And what they don't really see this before is that slack. That's a slack, and there's nothing you can really do for it. Miguel Granlund in the penalty box, 2-minute penalty.
So the Stars are back in the penalty kill, and looks like this is not a big day to make it successful. Yeah, it's been really like just not really going afterward. I mean, that's like tough luck.
Dallas penalty number 64, 2 minutes for slashing. Time to penalty in the third period of conference finals, 14 minutes, 15 seconds. That's penalty on the Dallas Stars number 64, Miguel Granlund for a 2-minute slashing. Time to penalty in the third period of conference finals, 14 minutes, 15 seconds for the Edmonton power play.
For to score Edmonton. And a win for Johnson. We'll have to wait till here with only 14:03 remaining. And a win for the Stars. Here's Michelle. He's bumped along the wall. McDavid trying to watch after him. McDavid trying to work his spin across. Gets away from the defender. And now it's back over the other way to Hopkins. He's right behind the net. Trying to get the dry side on out finding Bouchard. Hyman shoots save by Ottinger. Tries to make a 3-goal game to make it work for a power play, but it's denied by the goaltender. Still lots of time left to make this range in. Liability defenders have really been playing so much aggressiveness, they didn't stand their chance to try to keep in. I know they wouldn't be doing this. I mean, I would say that the Stars been like shining it so bright, but Edmonton, they really wanted to bite their dust. There's no way navigating that they really would do to defend their way. Nothing you can't do. Play it, fix it, right. Nugent Hopkins right to it again. Now finding into center, Arvidsson, and it's now back the other way to Sam Steele. Here's Lindell. No outside for the Stars, and it's right over to Bach. CC shot. Tipped up in the range, it's back to Brown. And here's a deep pass to Nugent Hopkins. Fires South made in on the defender. It's rebounded by Liddell. Sam Steele working his way over. Dumps the zone. And rebounding Nugent Hopkins. The Oilers are back in the offense as now Bouchard will have it across. Back in the Stars territory is Bouchard. Draisaitl heads his way over toward the corner. And there goes another defender down. McDavid tried to keep the play in bounding. Timing is running down. McDavid. Right side zone. Shot. Blocker save by Ottinger. Granlund's time is about to be expired. And Ottinger with another save. And no play in goal to make that in to help them work.
Well, this was really good. I really expected to see that.
I mean, wow. I mean, that one is really going to be almost a tip. Nothing what they say to do now, I mean, they would have no choice. Ottinger holds it in, and now he has another one to dumb up. Visualizing to Michelle, and he'll have it again to Ben. Here's Danoff shot, he scores! When the helmet comes off, he gets a goal. Now, I need to pop it afterward. I mean, I thought he was right. My man, hit that goes? No problem. So that means he gets a 6 in the playoffs. And you see Jimmy Danoff as this big smack. That was that. The down dumpster does not really make a big shame afterward. Went out to Skinner. That really made him a great look. Big stopping ranges are a great miss to make another goal go in. So Jimmy Danoff had 6 goals in the playoffs, and he's really wanting to get the other one down to get a high game. Well, I'll tell you, it might be a good choice. I mean, you need a good better to do it.
Bing bang.
Wins the face-off as we're nearing the midway mark of the period of the third. Michelle went down, rebound by McDavid. Here's Zach Hyman. Set to help out for Arvidsson.
His 6th goal in the playoffs. First goal of the game. Score by number 63. And Jenny.
Michelle works his way across the hits.
Oh, assisted by number 14, Jamie. Hey!
Over to McDavid.
And number 6,
Liam. Big rebound against the other way.
Time to go. 8 minutes in the third period of conference finals. As Jenny Danoff, his 6th goal in the playoffs. First goal in the conference finals of the game, assisted by Jamie Benn and Liam Michelle in the third period at 8 minutes in the conference finals.
Rebound by Nurse. And here's Harry. Harry with a big hit. Rebound by Lindell. Only 11 minutes remaining in the third period. Knocked him down right over toward his own. Darnell Nurse. Back again to Miguel Granlund. He wipes him down. Rebound by Jeff Skinner. Man, he's really aggressive how this is. The Oiler takedown may have been ever for real. Leon Draisaitl trying to work it off on the back behind for the range. And rebound by Corey Perry. Nobody to get here. Rebounded by Duchesne. Lilth them to zone out. Rebound by Nurse. Now here's Corey Perry from out of the zone. Right near the bench. Rebound by Granlund. Beyond mark. Right again to Henry. Henry stops and waits. And here's Bouchard fires. That one's off to Lindell. And rebounded by Harley. Harley now finds it over to Marchman. Marchman works his way in for the zone, trying to make a tying range. That is denied by Stuart Skinner. He really had that one saw that coming. It's close. Nothing gets stays in for the goaltenders. This makes it unbelievable. He's so pressed. Dialed in is really not what you change in if you do it for a big take in. This possible range was almost going to make him keep out. That is no way that you're going to make the defender work in. Now here's Kulak. Went down. Rebounded by Ben. Bouchard trying to walk it out. Then an off for two. Saved by Skinner. The deep zone now finding Zach Hyman. Hyman swings around a little bit. Thomas Harley takes over with the puck control. We pass the midway mark in the third period as Danoff trying to look for a tying game. Behind the back, bang, shot saved by Stuart Skinner. And Connor McDavid will now has his reach in. Right turn around the net to Zach Hyman. Hyman again to Kula. Here's Hopkins' shot, that's blocked. And Jenny Danoff with a blocking shot, trying to watch his defender on him. And Nugent Hopkins will reset to McDavid. Will have to try to give it over to be more aggressive to give that drive. Kulak. Behind the back. Rebound by Harley. And McDavid trying to watch on him. Here's CC. And it's over to Danoff. He shoots, scores! Hey, Danoff! It's time to game. Good bang. Now you see, now you look. Danoff has made a 2 moves in this game. Now we are all even. There's no range you have to give over to. And this power of this range motion is a start with a great comeback. And he now has 7 in the playoffs. He got 2 more. He's looking to get 3 at his hat kick. Go for another goal. War bring range in. Now it's close game. Now big range with the amazing on. Let's see what he can do. Johnson. Knocked him right through the wall, and it's now right again to Klingberg. Klingberg will keep it in right toward the zone. That is not their way. Johnston bumps it, saved by Skinner. 8:09 remaining in the third period. They'll be ready to have another bunch out coming up. Rupin wins the face-up. Skinner tries to stop that, Rice. And now you're off to Corey Perry. Corey Perry will clear that zone. Michelle. Over now to Dumba. And Robertson. Robertson points his way across. Tumbled it again. Skinner can't get it over this time. Here's headshot saved by Skinner. Back the other way it goes. He'll now try to make another one, and another one goes off the pipe. Should save by Skinner. Oh, the Stars really wanted to mess them up, and they want to end their Oilers season. I don't think it may not be a great choice to get a good call. They would be like already. They've really been like meshing. They mix it. They just stopped it. They blitz it out. I mean, I don't think they would. Puck goes in the other way to cap it in, and he now has it over to Bouchard. He'll now find Mateus Ekholm. Ekholm gets to the Bouchard, and he has it out of Ekholm. He fires in, another save by Oettinger. Stop the play with only 7:17 remaining in the third period, and they're ready for another puck drop. Lots of time left in this period. The Oilers and Stars are all even. The win for Henry is Bouchard. Goes in range over the net, and it's back to Steele.
His 7th goal in the playoffs, second goal of the game. Score by
Stanley will try to give it a clear goal range, and it's Bouchard with the rebound. The other way.
Assisted by number 44, Cody Ceci.
Captain the backhander, he misses line.
Bam, by number 24.
Now it's to Bouchard.
And
Captain.
Time of the goal, 11 minutes, 36 seconds in the third period of conference finals. That's a Jenny Dandoff, his second of the game. 7th in the playoffs, assisted by Cody Cece and Root Pence in the third period. At 11 minutes, 36 seconds in the conference finals.
Gavin looks over down and then how goes it? Fires over the net, he scores! Kevin Bouchard! What a thunderclap! And he'll get his team to get back up for one for the first time ever. For the close game and in a lead.
Evan Bouchard really would see how this gets a thunderclap. This is a big ruckus play motion. And then this goaltender wasn't sure where it was going. But then this one got him tripped. He had 6 in the playoffs, and that's what happened with Bouchard. You really have no overpacing to do for, you're not going to get anything for nothing.
And here's Steele. And it's back to Brown the other way, and we'll try to race it over now the other way, the other side. Brown will fire it up and around, and then again the
Evans in goal, his first goal in the game, his 6th in the playoffs, scored by number 2, Evan Bouchard. Assisted by number 92, Vasily Pokolzin. And by number 42, Kasperi Kapanen. Time of goal, 13 minutes, 40 seconds in the third period of conference finals. That's Evan Bouchard, his first in the game, 6th in the playoffs, assisted by Vasily Pokolzin and Kasperi Kapanen in the third period. At 13 minutes, 30 seconds in the conference finals.
Fire around the net. Yamar. Yamar looks over again, Nugent Hopkins. And it's back to Kulak. Kulak looks to Brown. Brown. Nugent Hopkins. Chances over the other way. Brown. Finding to Kulak. Back to Brown. Man, the Oilers are moving around the puck back and forth. Brown. Yamar. Shoots. Misses wide. Rebound by Michelle. And Dumbo finding the Granlund. Rushes over, now finding Duchesne. Marchman. Shot saved up by Skinner. Around the back, right toward the corner of the wall will be Hyman. And here's McDavid. Right toward zone. Over now to Kulak, it's given over to Michelle. We're down to the final 5 minutes, presented by Discover. As now Hintz rolls his other way down. And here's the set. Robertson shoots. Hintz with the rebound. Oh, Skinner! What a save! And he rolled that one out of here with the big crowd. No way they can do this. And that's really like Skinner with making a great saving this play and rebound. He just fights for it. No standout that they would really do on ever that. Barry shots blocked. Rebound by Robertson. Now back on ice. Will be coming in across is Bouchard. He's tripped, and that will be a 2-minute penalty on Edmonton.
Number 2 on Edmonton, 2 minutes for tripping.
Uh-oh. Nobody can do that. Bouchard made him slip. That's a penalty kill for the Edmonton Oilers, presented by TXT Energy. Your Dallas Stars are on the power play. That's a win for Edmonton Oilers.
Edmonton penalty number 2, 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, third period of the conference finals, 4 minutes, 40 seconds. That's penalty on the Edmonton Oilers, number 2, Evan Bouchard, for a 2-minute tripping. Time of the penalty, third period of the conference finals, 4 minutes, 40 seconds.
For the Stars. Big shot blocked. Give the rebound to Kapanen. Another save by Skinner. Nurse trying to clear that zone. Back to Perry. He'll dish the zone out of here. Oh, I don't know what's Kapanen going to do. Oh, man, what a save. That goes back the other way to Ottinger. What a stop. 2-time stop by Ottinger. To stop the short-game goal, it's back to Mateus Ekblom. You would see to believe this one. That really was big slash. Here's Hintz. Hintz gets the Bork. Bork over to Duchesne. Save by Skinner. 3:30 remaining in the third period. And they'll be ready to have another touch shot. Ready to go. Critical draw here between Edmonton and Dallas. Hintz makes the face-off. Big save by Skinner. Brown goes down. Rebound by Klingberg. Here's Robertson. Shot. Big cover save. What a saving play for Skinner. He really made this one look uneasy. No standout you do for. Stuart Skinner has a lot of energy to make things in. This is what happens when you have to do for. Play for real. Johnson blocked a shot. Rebound by Ed Cohn. And now cleared his zone. 44 seconds remaining in the Dallas Stars on a power play. Johnson will have it again over to Robertson. He'll now have it over again to Johnson to give it to him to Hintz. Hintz finds Harley. Harley looks over, now finds after it. Nugent Hopkins is right behind the net. And rebound by Kulak. He'll clear that zone. We'll give another chance here for the Stars with 20 seconds remaining. Luke Hintz makes a regroup. Behind to Johnson. He wants to go right in toward the range to get a Duchesne. There's a big glove save by Skinner. And Kulak will come in with the rebound. It's Nugent Hopkins. And he'll have it back into the Stars territory. The Dallas Stars unable to have a tying game as the power play comes to expire. Well, this is a great stop in. What a nice save play for Stuart Skinner. And he had a lot of energy to make in. He had a lot of room to squeeze in. He had a lot of peeping in there. There was some peep looks just where the puck was coming at. And I thought there's one of each player that could get there. I was never sure that he would be scared enough to get right into this action. But more work had to be done. This really will almost be like terminating your zone goal. That's really what they have to choose for. Klingberg goes down, rebound by Draisaitl, down under 2 minutes remaining in the third. Here's the clash. Boom! And another one. Back to Harley. Sticked it up, and it's rebound by Klingberg. Darnell Nurse. Another big change afterward. Here's Draisaitl, save by Solinger. Did not have the right choice to get through, and he will now stop it in play nearing the 90-second mark in the third period. The team is in a big fight. 5-4, Edmonton. And Steele wins over McDavid. Just about 90 seconds remaining for the third period. Right on the stop. Great D defender by Connor McDavid. Arvidsson rolls it out. And out of the zone will be McDavid. Here's McDavid trying to make his way in. Hyman trying to work it around. And it's back over to Bouchard. Down to McDavid. They need some regroupings here as Bouchard will now take a swing over to get Echo. Final minute in the third period.
1 minute left in the third period.
Pass around to Hyman. Hyman trying to give a chance over to Bouchard. And they'll now find McDavid. Fires the range. Another save by Ottinger. McDavid finding Bouchard. Backhanders block. Could not get there. Extra skater coming on for the Stars as Bach gives to Stankovic. Big save by Skinner. And Hyman will clear the zone. Cannot get 3 in a row, and he'll now try to get back in the offense zone. Hits right to Ben. Shot stopped by Skinner. Ben looks at Johnson. Right to Lindell. Oh, the big stop release Ben. 20 seconds remaining. And gotta tie this one up. Yamar. The clear the zone to Ben. And he can't get this empty net goal with a chance. Lindell. Right turn range. Kicks it out. Edmonton and Brown will able to win it. End the game. Edmonton Oilers smash out the Stars in Game 5. Good night. That's where Connor Brown win it all. Now that's easy, Rance. You get the Connor Brown, and that's where you wanted to end here. Bowie. That's where it comes now. For Edmonton, going back to Game 6. So he finishes off with 9 goals in the playoffs, and his call comes down to the end. Well, now you know that Connor McDavid's team, they worked really hard, and they will be back for Game 6 in the Western Conference Finals.
That's the end of the regulation. Your final score, your Dallas Stars 4, and the Edmonton Oilers 6. In the Western Conference Finals in Game 5.
3-2.
Edmonton goalie, his first goal of the game, his 9th in the playoffs, scored by number 28, Connor Brown. Assisted by number 19, Adam Henry. Time in an empty net goal, 19 minutes, 56 seconds in the third period of the Conference Finals.
We know who did the best? Connor McDavid. Yeah, he's been really doing so well, and I wanted to say big congrats to the Oilers for making the win. And that's the different for now. Along my broadcast partner with Paintbrush, along with the others from Light Brain and Boomer, I'm Tyler. Thank you for watching with our Western Conference Finals of Game 5 on EA Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great night and so long. Alright, thank you guys, and we're ready to get started with our free star players of the game. Storts here with 65 saves in a row. He had a wonderful making of his own night to have his big saving chain. And the second star player of the game on the other side of it goes to the Dallas Stars as Jake Ottinger at 72 saves on his next generation. Big Energizer is making it great, easy saves. And your first star player of the game, that goes out to Dallas Stars, as Jenny did it off with only 2 goals, 1 assist, and 9 hits. He made it unstoppable. The big range made him a big tipper, and that was all that he had. And now here's the final statistics after the game. 78 over 69 total shots on goal for Edmonton. 105 over 96 for the Kiss. That was Dallas Stars. And it was 1356 over 358. That was Edmonton Oilers. They made a great chain to make that one pull it on. 89 over 80 on a passing effectiveness for Dallas Stars. Then it was 43 over 26 face-off wins. Dallas Stars had a lot of great momentum to keep things in. 9-minute penalty kill over 11-minute penalty kill. That was Edmonton. 1 power play goal with 5:53, and the others didn't get there with 4 minutes. So that means it is now a 3-2 series for the Edmonton Oilers, and they will be back in game number 6 as they will rematch one last time if they win or not, and then it will be game 7 if necessary. Where now, let's see what they can get to do for our next game. We'll see them back here soon once we hit 2 days before Edmonton Oilers rematch against Dallas Stars. With that being said, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all next time for us a while as the Western Conference Finals of the NHL 25 on EA Sports Style. This is Craig and Ultra Beast signing out. Thank you and good night.
If you don't, somebody will.